Our next speaker, Ms. Linoy Kidd, CIO, Market Security Services at HSBC Bank, speaking on today's topic, how to lead in extraordinary times. Over to you, Linoy.
Okay, thank you. So my name's Linoy Kidd. I'm based out of Dubai and I work for HSBC. I've worked for HSBC for over 15 years now. And I think we're living in extraordinary times where, it's especially with COVID and what that did for our industry, specifically around digital and digitalization and home working and ensuring that we had 100% uptime for banking, trading, in order to ensure that we could work during that pandemic, which is still, we're global, and so we needed to make sure that we were up and running globally in a very, very fast pace. So I wanted to go through the mindset of a leader in that environment, and what the toolkit that I have that I used when we hit those extraordinary times, and how that toolkit helped me tremendously through that time. So I'm a big proponent of leadership from the front, and also I strongly believe that when you have a team behind you, and when they're working at their best and 150% capacity, you can do absolutely extraordinary things. And I'll explain some of the things that we've done as a team in due course. And it's not just technology, it's across the stack. Because like I say, if you find that you can plug into the human psyche and get out of your employees the best that they can be, then you can basically achieve anything, and that's something that I fundamentally I believe. So yeah, so this little picture here is showing that you should really lead from the front. Don't ask your team to do something that you wouldn't. I really believe in diversity, being a woman leader, specifically within this banking industry, which is not specifically, has not been specifically diverse. We are making absolute inroads into that within our organization. And also, I think it's very important to think outside the box and get different perspectives from different people, and push the boundaries, really, really push the boundaries, and no micromanaging. I absolutely hate micromanaging. And if you have talent in your team, they also will hate to be micromanaged. So I really do believe that fundamental trust is at the ethos of leadership. And culture as well. So we need to ensure that we include everyone. So I've worked in multiple countries so far. I've had the privilege of working in multiple countries. So I've worked in the UK, China, Hong Kong, Mexico, and now I'm in Dubai. And understanding the fundamentals of that culture. So in China, unless you specifically ask a person what do they think, they won't give their opinion openly. So it's very important to understand and tap into that in order to get the perspective that you need. And I think that during the COVID lockdown specifically, where offices were closed and we had to ramp up working from home, which we'd never done before for trading, it was very, very important to ensure that every single person was working at full capacity, and also that that any issues that were coming up in terms of risk and compliance, etc., that was dealt with in a very fast and contained manner. So it's very important to understand that cultural dynamic, which will then help you in times of strife, which we experienced last year. So understand and embrace the uniqueness of that culture and tap into the potential. And then this is about being present and showing up. So, you know, be a lion every day. There's a lot of thought that if you think about it, when you're a leader, everyone is looking up to you in order for you to show the way. And that's something that you need to be very cognitive of when you walk into the building, because everything that you do from that point on, in terms of body language, what you say, how you say it, will impact your employees around you. And it will impact the culture of your employees around you. And it can set off either to be a great day or a bad day. So I strongly recommend, if you're in a bad mood, don't go into work, go and get a coffee, put your head straight, and then go in, because you're the lion. When you're a leader, you're the lion. You're going to show the way at 100%. And you know, specifically during the COVID ramp up, you really needed to be everything for your employees, because there was so much worry and so much drama surrounding it. In fact, there was no time for that. You really needed to lock in, lock down, and deliver, because the business is still needing to deliver for the bank, and therefore you need to deliver the technology systems within that time frame. So there is no time for any ambiguity. So yeah, be in control, don't get flustered, and be present. And think about that. If you're a leader, if you're listening to me and you're a leader, think to yourself, am I representing that leadership quality every day when I go to work? And if no, then why? And the other question to ask yourself is, if I were to go into battle, would my team follow me? And I go around actually asking my team that question. And if the answer is no, then I'll be asking, why not? Why won't you follow me into battle? Because when you are a leader, you really need your people to follow you. And you also need to be an effective follower as well. So it's very important to understand that. And I also ask myself that of my leadership: if they went into battle, would I follow them? If not, then why? And that constant feedback is very important. So I am very big into strategy. So I always have a strategy that I follow. And I really try and stick to deadlines. So that's the reputation that, you know, I want myself and my team to uphold. Do we have a strategy? What is the strategy? Does everybody in the team know what the strategy is? And is there any ambiguity? And actually during COVID, it was very easy. You know, we needed to ensure that the business was still running, and we needed to ensure that the bank was still able to service the customers, which was the right now, this is what we're doing. But on the other side, how can we increase our digital footprint? Do we need to speak to head office to ensure that our strategy is in line with what's going on in the environment and what's coming up next? So I'm always saying, dream big to my team. Anything is possible. And I love it when people say, oh yeah, you're not going to be able to do that, and then we do it. So strategy is very important for any leader, specifically when you hit you know, things like massive pandemics, etc., like we've been living through. Always ask for help, so find partners to help you. never struggle and feel like you stand alone. So my team really came together during the pandemic. We didn't see each other physically, but we had stand-ups every day. We had touch bases. We made sure that we were touch basing with ourselves to ensure that the day-to-day was done, to ensure that we knew what the strategy was. And we actually wrote our 5-year strategy during the pandemic lockdown so that we knew exactly where we were going in these changing times. And we did that in unison with the business. And the other thing is never give up. So I really do believe that there isn't anything that comes our way that there is no solution to. And there's always a way to get around the barriers. So I don't know if you guys know like the Chris Argis or the storming, norming, performing, but this is the ethos of how I set up my teams. So I always hire people with the right mindset, thinking outside the box. I always want to be challenged, so I always ensure that that's the type of person that I am employing, and I always employ people brighter than I am to ensure that the growth of the team and the mindset of the team continuously grows. I always try and improve myself, so once a year I always try and learn something new. So I'll go on a technical course, or I'll learn a language, or I'll live in a different country, etc., etc. I am a big proponent of do more with less people. So I don't like throwing people at a problem. I really like to have the right people with the right, in the right place with the right skills, with the right mindset. And I think that you can do, once you've got that team, you can really do a lot. Encourage inclusion, diversity, and understanding of different cultures. It's very important when you cross the global cultural divide, and be accountable for the service. So we have customers, we need to ensure that they are 100% happy with the service that we are providing, and empower and grow the talent. I really like at least having one graduate in my team every year to help us grow. It's like reverse mentoring, and drive the strategy forward so that we can have high value, high achieving teams agnostic to location. So any place you can really achieve the same goal if you have the right team with the right leadership and the right strategy. So my day job is obviously ensuring that the MSS proponent within MENA is running smoothly, as well as doing the project management of everything that we've got coming up. So digitalization is massive for us on the foreign exchange platform. However, I also build schools. So every year myself, my team globally, we walk 100 kilometers, and we've done it for the last 7 years, and we've built 6 schools around the world. And it's helped us come together as it's like a community within a community. So you have your technology team, but you also have this common aim that you are trying to achieve something together that's outside of the day job. And it's really helped with leadership of the people effectively. So we've walked, in the last 7 years, we've walked over 1,500 kilometers together in different countries, and we've built 6 schools, 4 in Africa, 1 in Haiti, 1 in Nicaragua, and we built a house for the homeless in Mexico as well. So when I say anything is possible, this is what I mean. I really do think and believe that anything is possible, and you can do anything and change the world from within the small space that you have. to, you know, building it wide open. And we actually go and build the schools ourselves physically. And one of the things that you get to do while you're building the schools is you get to meet all the different chiefs of the different locations. And you get to see what leadership qualities they also have. So the Nicaraguan chief that you know, we had the privilege to build a school for, his leadership quality was unbelievable, and it's what helps me, you know, guides me to be the leader that I want to be. And what I mean by that is he knew every single person by name in his village, including the babies, the children, the mothers, the grandparents. Not only that, him and the village built every single house in that village. And he was the hardest worker on the site with us. And he was 60 years old. So when I say lead from the front, that's really what I'm talking about. And when the COVID situation hit, it didn't matter that we were working till midnight. We were really, really happy to have that, you know, momentum to do something right for the organization. And if I could be 20% of that chief that I met in Nicaragua, I will be a very happy woman. So I'm going to end there, because I know this is overrunning anyway, and I don't want to take more time. But if you do have any questions for me, please feel free to send them to me or to the organizers.
Right, Linoy. So yes, attendees, do send us your questions. We will pass it on to Linoy, and she will hopefully answer it for us. Yes, ma'am?
Thank you. Yes, of course.
Again, congratulations for your baby boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care. Have a nice day ahead. Bye.
Bye.